Thanks for staying with us. In what many Nigerians have described as one of the most disturbing acts of moral decay, a viral video has surfaced showing a toddler being blindfolded and forced to drink hot liquor during an alleged cult initiation in Sapele, Delta State. The shocking clip, which had sparked widespread outrage, captures the helpless child screaming in pain while adults around him laugh and proceed with the so-called ritual. The Delta State Police Command has since confirmed the arrest of 4 suspects, describing the act as evil and inhumane. According to the police public relations officer SP Bright Edafe, the Commissioner of Police has ordered an immediate transfer of the suspects to the state headquarters for further investigation. What are your thoughts on this? You can join the conversation and call us on 02016 352013 or 09024163440 or tweet us at TVC Connect using the hashtag YourViewTVC. I saw the viral video and it just reminded me of what is obtainable in that part of Nigeria where, you know, many people, especially those who are not educated, believe that for them to have a form of power, they have to belong to a cult. One fact, one sect, one cult here and there, where they get their self-esteem and boost their ego from. And it's usually like a thing of pride to want to bring in, you know, young people, you know, to say that at so and so age, I blended, at so and so age, I was brought into this. But I had never seen a little boy as little as what I saw in that viral video being blended into a cult, as the video suggested. So I was taken aback when I saw it. And I would like you ladies to tell me what your thoughts are first before you know, we dissect more into the conversation.
Thank God I was in my house when I watched that video, because I would have misbehaved. Where I screamed, I was enraged watching that video. And the full room, there was no sensible adult in that room, and the poor toddler seems to be the only sensible one because he cried for help. I remember the psychologist, I always quote her, Dr. Ewande Oshodi from Unilag, when she came on our show and talked about alcoholism, alcoholics, and how they become dependent on drugs throughout their lives if they get exposed to alcohol under 20. And this is a toddler, and the toddler was screaming from, you know, possibly if it's the kind of alcohol that, you know, I was thinking they gave him, Sapele water, the heat of it hitting his, you know, organs. And all that came to my mind is that when this child now grows up with learning difficulties, behavioral problem, you know, all the things that neurologically can happen to him as a result of that exposure, the parents will start to go to mountain upon mountain, looking at the family house for the enemies who are doing them and all of that. We talk about mothers. We have talked about mothers being exposed to alcohol on this table, when one mother showed us a video of giving a child
young boy
locally called Feyinja, those sachet ones. And we talked about how damaging it was, even if it was through breast milk that he was given. Talk less of when they put it, blinded the child, tormented the child, because all I saw there is that that child is going to grow from that toddler is into a traumatized adult. The entire setting, the laughs, the constant beating in the video, it was clearly abused. And I really wish we won't share this video, because I don't want to see us promoting anything onwards. I think we should not give them that viewing, that visibility. The beating that baby was made to go through, they were smacking and beating the child, obviously scared of them, of the entire group. And I don't know, I hope that because this video is outside, the Delta State Police Command will find these individuals and do the needful with them, even taking the child away from that father or uncle, or the parents too should know when they get to the root of it, we will know who should have the child, but it should be safer with proper adults who know how important it is, the developmental stages of children, and the kind of exposure that you give those children at that stage. How important alcohol and the liver of an adult, they are not friends, talk less of that of a baby just developing. The entire organs of a toddler are too tender for this kind of risk, this kind of nonsense play that they are playing, and only for one person to feel good in himself, say I blame pikin.
It's
I
tragic.
Talk wetin I talk. If I say no, go do something for him now.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
TV, let me just be quiet.
So we can see that this video is, I don't know, it triggers, wrong emotions, because it's obvious from this video that there's a huge, there's so much ignorance that can be seen from this video. So we'll start from the family, parents, and guidance of this young boy. Where are they? Who are they? What were they doing? What is the family unit, or what kind of environment? It's obvious the kind of environment this child finds himself in. So he's surrounded by this type of people. We don't know if any of the people in there are the parents, guardians, or family members, because we don't even know where they brought the boy from. So I don't, that's one side, ignorant. Then secondly, it's obvious that the people in question, the men, I don't want to call them boys, in question, that they are ignorant of the fact of what they are doing, that this is a toddler, this is a child. You're not even supposed to give a child alcohol. It's against the law. What you're doing, you're putting this thing of everybody videoing everything they are doing, they're putting their faces and stuff and posting it on social media. It's obvious that they're ignorant of the fact that they're even doing something wrong. Because if you know that you're not doing something wrong, you will not want to expose it. You want to hide to do it. You want to even turn the camera yourself, to even video yourself, to be part of the video and then publish it. That's another thing. Then we also need to find out, is this for content? Because these days, the kind of the content, that the way people manufacture this content now that they're posting on Facebook and TikTok and everywhere, it's like it's out of this world. You'll be wondering, like, do they have families? Do they like? I don't. It's confusing when I see some of these videos. I'm wondering, like, someone woke up and did this. So I'm happy that the Edo State
Police, Delta State.
Sorry, the Delta State Police Commissioner of Police, they've intervened and they said they've arrested some people. So during the course of investigation, let's really understand the mindset of these boys. Is it actually court related? Is it are they creating content? Are they family? We want to understand. Did they even kidnap the boy? Let us know what exactly is going on.
I mean, I think we've all said it here. Just looking at the video, we recognize that something terrible happened. Take a child, you force him, you blindfold him, and just that child, just one child in the midst of adult males, laughing at him, smacking him about, blindfolded, forced to have, the recipe of just something wrong. So we know that. But I think for us now, the next step will be discussing why it happens, how often that this happens, and how acceptable it is in some communities. Because for them, as you had said earlier, to have taken a video of it and posted it, obviously this is something that they do in their communities and they're happy to do and proud of. And probably the other people in that community that think this is something of pride. So a lot of the education that will happen is not just for those men, but community as a whole. And that's why when Nima was saying that maybe we should not show that video, she's against it. I get her sentiments, but I think it's important to show that video because I don't think that video is unique or is is not something that hasn't been experienced by people. So now we'll bring to their attention. This is what they say when they say they are doing rituals. This is what they do to your child when they say that they are trying to inculcate them into something. They smack them around, they blindfold them, they traumatize them, and they give them alcohol. Is this what you're a party to? Because one of the things that happens when this sort of thing gatherings, they'll tell the mothers and the women, you cannot be here. It's mystified, I think this video demystified it. And now we see exactly what happened. And then we need to step in. Kudos to the police. You need to step in quickly. The arrest shows that this is wrong. We will not take it as a country. According to our constitution, this is unacceptable. So that is good. But the next thing now is to sit down with people in the community and start discussing these cult groups and this, because there's no time we don't talk about cult activities, but every year we still see cult activities constantly perpetuating. So there's somebody or a group of people that think it's important to their community. So this is where we need to start talking about it. And that's why I feel that the video needs to be shown. Of course, the child's face has to be blurred because we need to protect the child. And then I hope that it's not enough to just take the child away and say, a lot of work needs to be done, and then they need to also find out from the communities how many other children have been made to go through such a traumatic experience. There's a lot of work to be done, not for just those foolish men, but for all the other people that are in that community.
So let's go into our culture for a bit, because we come from different parts of Nigeria, and we have cultures where young men or women getting to a certain age are being initiated into, if he's a boy, into manhood, if he's a woman, into womanhood. And there are certain things that are done behind closed doors to do such initiations. Are we seeing those cultures being now reformed and brought out again into our everyday life? So this one now, we are saying, because they said it was cultists that are trying to blend. But in our societies, we have those initiation rites that you have to go through. And we go through some very painful things to be initiated into, whether it's manhood or womanhood. How do you think we can stand boldly and say, this is wrong and that is right?
Okay, so I'd like to hear from callers, anybody who has had the cultural initiation into groups, into age group in our cultures. And these are beautiful cultural practices that you cannot, mix with this instance case. I don't see any. From where I'm from.
From where you're from?
No, from where I'm from.
Okay.
No baby, no toddler is initiated into age group.
Okay.
They are recorded at their age of birth. As they are approaching their teenage ages, puberty is when they are done. When it is done, it's a practice of pageantry and celebration. Your parents are happy to know that you have your age group. There's no cultural practice of killing or smacking or doing anything. Except in my culture, in Edo, my son, as I am now, I'm waiting for when he will do his initiation into his own age group. As soon as I will gladly take him home and celebrate it, because I remember how influential my father's age group was. When they come to my house, I know their names, their meeting, they meet, and we have these social cultural groups in our different communities in Africa, and they have their roles that they play. This is a case of cultism. Our age groups is not cultism. They are influential groups. In our communities, they play roles from, helping out in protecting the community, different roles that you cannot meddle. You need to be very careful when the comparison is made, because you'll just be victimizing something that we should be lauding. Because it's not everything Igbo people do too that we should laud. But
there's a reason I asked that question.
No.
Yes, I know. I get you.
They are far apart. They're too far apart. This one is enraging me enough. The comparison is provoking me.
No, please don't be provoked. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. We're still having a conversation about the little boy who was being fed alcohol in the name of blending in Delta State. And Nima had just rounded up her thoughts.
Yes. So we're talking about initiations and how it is acceptable within amongst our people, especially in the South, the Edo, Delta State, sometimes the Southeast, you hear all these initiation rites. And you hear about this group of men. Some people have red caps, some people have red feathers, some people carry all sorts of things. But we don't really know what happens during the initiation. We just know that they're a group of young men who are respected actually in their community because they have gone through some initiation rites. And for me, I see this video as a way of showing us what could possibly be the rights. And if that is the case, I'm happy that we're shining a light on it. Because there are some of these things that we call cults. Immediately, we call them cults. And then when we stand up against it, people will tell you, no, this is our culture. It's our whatever. It's our tradition. This is what we do. This is how we introduce young men into the society. So if this is what is happening, then we need to sit down and revise the rights that are, that we do, and also the age group that we put, through this initiation rights. Sorry, I have to take off this earring. It's making a lot of noise. So I think that we'll be hypocritical if we say that this is new to us. Who are these people? These are just bad people. We understand that we have cultism that happens in school, where people go to university. We hear of that. There's that different. But we also have a culture of having groups, of having, maybe so in people that have called it cults, but we didn't call them cults. They had different names, age groups, yes. But it came with a form of respect for having gone through those rites to finally show that you have become a man or something. Now, some people, they say, like, for women, we know of the rites of circumcision that women have to go through to be introduced into womanhood or, whatever. And for many years, we accepted it. Many people would carry their shoulder to tell you that, yes, this is something that they had to do. But with time and with more education and exposure, we realize how devastating, and backward that particular initiation rite is. And we are constantly pushing against it. Has it completely stopped? No. There's some people that still feel that if they haven't done it or their family members haven't been put through it, they haven't finally become. So this is something we have to keep talking about because it is still seen in some communities as a rite of passage, something that has to be done, something that brings respect. But obviously, we have to look into it again and start re-educating people.
Yeah. So when Nima was said what she said, I just said, Nima, my Edo sister. Why are you talking like this now? Don't be talking like this. Because we know like that. We don't advocate for violence, Abi. But we know that most of all these age grade and all these things, they're not wrestling. Back in the day. The men will not come and tie that their small pants. Wait, they will not tie that their small pants. They will not wear it like this with their obi, to show that they put on obo. They come and wrestle. Go, blood everywhere. The person that now emerges the winner is not the man, and all the maidens and all the women will not be. This is the husband. This is the one. We know.
That one can be the thing compared to cultism.
No, we're going somewhere now. We're going somewhere.
We're going somewhere. But we don't advocate for violence. But this is African cultural practices.
Yes.
For people to say that, my son has finally become a man. You see another person from a different culture, you're going to marry a woman. They have to beat you, you.
Yeah.
To make sure that you're strong enough to take care of their child. We still do not advocate for violence. But it is what it is. We're Africans, we're cultural people.
Amaka, can I pause you a bit? I'll come back to you. Have a caller on the line. Linda, are you there? Linda.
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, ladies. I'm calling from Obijo.
You're welcome.
Okay. See, this video is, I'm so vexed. I'm angry in my spirit. What is this, for goodness sake? Where is the mother of this child?
Thank you.
I just hope these people are dealt with, because I don't understand why you do this to a child. What is the meaning of this? Where are we going to? How are we bringing up our children? This is heartbreaking for me.
It is heartbreaking.
What is this? I hope the police will do their job of concerning this child with thorough investigation and I mean, because I don't get what is happening. This is so sad. Where is the mother of this child? Who is the father of this child? I want the security agencies to look into this properly. If possible, the child should be taken away from them permanently.
Yeah, they are doing that already.
There's still something in this child that cannot be erased for a very long time. This child will need therapy in the long run.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Linda. So I would like you to respond.
So back to what I was saying.
Okay.
And then culturally, we do not have all the constitution that says that alcohol should not be given or age limit for alcohol. So I want to take us back to where we're coming from, right? As Africans, and the sapele water that is given to children to rinse their mouth in the morning and to make you strong and stuff like that. And the abo for malaria, to cure malaria, that has a bit of alcohol in it that all the children were drinking to be able to get well, and somehow they were getting well. Funny enough, right? But now, like you said, with the circumcision, we've now come to realize that certain things are not good for the body. Certain things should not be done for whatever reason, right? That for health reasons. Because when you really look at it, alcohol and the liver and circumcision and the reason why they give, it's all for health reasons. And based on the health reasons of a child not being able to handle alcohol, the alcohol might damage a child's liver and things like that.
Kidney and
so
all that.
So criminally, so it's a criminal offense to be able for an underage person to drink, and adults should not even give the child alcohol. So that we condemn that because that's where we are today. right? And that's why I said the police, it's easy for us to just throw out and say cultism. That's why I said it's important for the police to investigate and really tell us what they need to, we need to understand what exactly is going on, because the truth is that when you actually really listen to the video, so I first watched the video without the volume, and I was outraged. And then I watched the video with volume, and then my anger came down a bit, because they were not flogging the child with the belt. You know, when you watch it, you think that they're flogging the child.
No.
They were just using the belt. They were just using the belt to touch the child.
Yes, I saw
but
that.
if you watch the video without volume, you think they were flogging the child. They did not flog the child. That's the truth.
Okay, but they blindfolded the child.
Yeah, but they blindfolded
and the child was obviously
So it was more like,
traumatized.
of
That's
course.
what it was that they were
That's
doing.
wrong.
That's
That's wrong.
Of course.
I'm just trying to say that they didn't flog the
So
child.
let me come before I come to Nima, because I know she's ready to respond. I like the fact that you mentioned sapele water, because growing up in that area, it was a tradition to use alcohol for children, and many children, they are adults today, they are doing well today. They did not go to therapy, they did not die, they are successful in their many business. The ones that I know that were born in those areas that their parents used alcohol on them, you see a lot of pregnant women drinking alcohol in that area. You see a lot of breastfeeding mothers drinking alcohol in that area. Children start drinking alcohol from really early. And they will tell you that, but that's our culture and we survived. What do you have to say to that? With the light of
drink
new
alcohol, like when drinking, or
you know how
some people
will be drinking
take
and then
little,
you give them in, you put it in small, is it shots or cups, little, and you give your children. Wow. So it was a tradition we all saw growing up. Many homes, it was normal that parents are drinking alcohol and their children take sips of the alcohol, and many of them start drinking alcohol really early. So, but they will tell you that that's what we are. In fact, it makes you stronger. What do you have to say to that? But before you do your response, the way you're looking at me, I have a call on the line. Good morning.
Don't call police for us. It looks like they're about to arrest all of us.
Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We can hear you. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, my name is Anif. I'm calling you from Ibadan.
You're welcome.
Yeah. The question I want to ask is this the life the so-called guy, the toddler really wants for himself? Is this the life he wants? And again, the life of so-called child has been one way or the other put in a dangerous way, or a dangerous route of destruction. With this, there's no way our country can be sanitized. And again, we employ our security to make the investigation and the consequences of their actions to be public, so that others can learn from it. Because I saw the video yesterday night, I was shedding tears. Also, the way we also draw some set of parents allow their child to have tattoo on their body, I think to some extent is against the child's will and intention. So government should have a proper way of regulating all these atrocities, all these ways of doing things anyhow. Fine, there are some people who claim that it is their right to do this, it is their right to do that. To some extent, the right also has limitation. That is my own contribution. Our government should find a way of controlling this type of attitude.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. We'll be cutting off to join the live coverage of the inauguration of Sanwo-Olu's library in Lau, Ojo campus. Viewers can continue watching Your View by scanning the QR code scanning on the screen right now. So I asked the question earlier.
I have answer. Number one is that we watch this video, and I would like you people to watch it again, just for the purpose objectively. Okay. The elements of this video is not the same as any initiation into adulthood process in the age group tradition practices that we have. Okay. And the fear of the risk of generalization that you people just ran here to assume that all South communities are doing sapele water is risky.
No one said.
The South communities are wide.
No, we didn't say all.
Even the Delta community itself is too much for you to reach this conclusion. Because what I know is that communities, through their traditional rulers, continue to change with new exposure new risk their culture. In my culture, Ibe, South Ibe, Esako West, where I am from, it used to be the norm in my before my grandmother's days, that when a woman was pregnant in 5 months, there will be an initiation process into womanhood for her, where there will be a circumcision.
Okay.
The day I heard circumcision, based on my knowledge of circumcision, I said, lie, I would never be a part of this. And when it was told to me, I went to my parents and asked. My father was like, my mother didn't even do it. Your mother, who is from the royal family, did do it. Why would somebody want to ask you to do the same? And upon research, I found out that it's just a ceremony of wrapper tying, dancing pageantry for those who did it at all. My auntie, married to a king's son, didn't do it. Communities over time made it a voluntary practice for families who wanted to uphold tradition depending on their disposition. Okay. In my village, I am traveling now for my mother-in-law's burial. I didn't do the same for my dad because families with time continue to amend these practices. Initiation practices for age group is from childhood to adulthood, and they are beautiful practices depending on the culture that you're coming from. Igbos have Iwa, Oka, Akwa, Abiwe, they call that one. They used to go and do wrapper time. Reminds me, tell me, I want a caller to call and say, I was abused at an age, childhood initiation into adulthood. Because when we leave this conversation of this child being abused in this way, this room did not show a community. It was one child. And we want to compare this one, a community's practice of family members bringing out their sons to be prepared for adulthood. No, that's why I said that comparison was risky and we just took it.
No, we're not comparing.
No, we did. Because if we took it from a different information point of this child being abused, we will focus on what the issue is. But we have spread it and we have beclouded the issue itself.
No.
That's what we did.
No. That's
okay, may I?
I've not finished, Auntie. That's what we did. We have not addressed this child being abused by a room full of adults and he was the only toddler. In age initiation groups, every family knows the child born within the 3-year period of age initiation. In my own place, I'm already looking for my son's age group. I will do it because it does not contradict my religion. Anything that is diabolical, then I will not be a part of it. And my community has been far advanced beyond that. Even in burial rites that we do, we've stamped down a lot of things that was maybe, because I will not say that all the practices from the time before I was born and my ancestors was perfect, but I will say that a lot of things with continuous exposure has been controlled. Now, when we come here now and we say we in South people do it, I would excuse Maria because she's talking from textbook and film. But I will not excuse Amaka as an Igbo woman from Onitsha. Give me 2-3 practices. Yes, now that they cook the water and you saw them put
because you've experienced her whole life.
Because we give our kids agbo. Yes.
You don't put alcohol in your own.
We don't put alcohol in our agbo.
In your own.
They will soak herbs. We did not call our herbs medicine until the King of England was diagnosed of cancer recently. He no agree take medicine. He no go for chemo.
He take herbs.
He said he was going to use African herb and the thing was trendy. We agreed that time. Our culture was not bad, but the moment I don't like this comparison. The video here is too serious.
Okay, please. Let's establish something.
I can't believe I'm spending my time defending African culture.
No, let's establish something.
Well-established practice.
There was no comparison. We first of all took the viral video, our opinion on the viral video.
No.
And in trying to understand, hold on now, in trying to understand where this stemmed from, because many of the problems we have, we like to start taking it from the top. We like to go to the root cause of the issues in order to solve it better. And that was why I brought about our culture. I was the one that asked the question to say, but these things are really not new. This is what we are already hold on now.
It's not our culture.
What we're already translating into the different cults that we are having is stemming from somewhere. It's just for us to understand what we do as part of our culture, to see if there's anything that we are infusing into this, not that there was a comparison. But I have Marvelous. I'm going to take Marvelous and then we'll do a short break, and when we come back we'll continue the conversation. So Nima, please calm down. Marvelous, are you there?
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.